and David had to David, right? He's going around asking everybody, well, did you have sex already? Did you guys do it? You and him get it in already? I haven't gotten none. Have you all done it? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kay Unscripted and I am your host Kay. If it's your first time being here, thank you for joining us. And if you're returning, I'm so grateful to have you. So before we get into this recap, just go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's talk about it in the comment section. Today we're going to be recapping Love is Blind Season 8, Episodes 7 and Episode 8. We begin the episode with the continuation of this conversation between Taylor and Daniel, my favorite couple, and let me tell you, I've been so nervous waiting to see what's going to happen. And so we see Taylor telling him, listen, I just need to know, did you follow me and then unfollow me? I remember this picture, and she's just laying it thick on him. And he looks so nervous. And now that I'm seeing all the discussion online about the pictures, the picture that Taylor described and the actual picture of Daniel, it's very, very different from what she had in her mind or what she described. And I don't see any similarities. Do I think that Daniel would lie about something like that? Absolutely not. He doesn't look like the type, even if I don't know the guy. But he just doesn't seem like that kind of person. And I feel like it would take a little too much effort for Daniel to, go on the show, sign up. I just feel like it's just too much work and I don't really see that happening. So then we see a producer come up to them and the producer says, well, Taylor, we could just sort this thing out if I hand you your phone and you could just go and just clear things up. And so she agrees and she says that she has a followers app. I remember in my younger years, I had a followers app where I was just, I guess, in a sense, a little bit bothered to know who followed me and unfollowed me. But at my big age, I really don't care who follows me and who doesn't follow me. But hey, she has the app on her phone and she's scrolling and scrolling. And guys, the dramatics behind this, because I'm nervous. The anticipation is killing me. And I'm just like, Taylor, scroll faster, hurry up. Like, let's get this over with because I really want to know what is going on. Because you don't accuse the boy, the man. You accuse my boy and I need to know what's going on. And you could see that Daniel is just so nervous and he's like, I don't think I did it. There's a chance that I may have followed you and unfollowed you, but if I did, I would have remembered. But I really don't see that happening. I don't think it was me. It wasn't me. In the words of Shaggy, it wasn't me. And I think I could have almost felt Daniel's chest beating so fast. Oh my God, I'm being a little extra. But in all of that, he's just been so patient with Taylor and he's been so understanding and he's just holding her hands and he's just reassuring her that he's really not that kind of person. He did not know her before coming to the show and he would never do something like that. If at any point he realized it was her or he may have known her, he would have told her immediately. And I am so happy they cleared my boy's name and they could just go back to being the amazing couple that they are, my favorite couple of the season. They can just go back to loving on each other and going through the process. So I'm really happy that they sorted it out and they're getting ready to go on the couples trip. So the engaged couples take Honduras and Honduras looks so beautiful. Oh my God. And they also let us know that the wedding day is 4 weeks away. Who will make it to the end and who won't? I don't know. So we see all the engaged couples and it's Virginia and Devin, Taylor and Daniel, Lauren and David, Ben and Sarah, and Monica and Joey. I almost forgot Monica and Joey because these two got engaged so quickly. So the first couple we see is Devin and Virginia. They're sitting together having cocktails and she's sitting pretty like the princess that she is, playing in her hair, and they're chatting it up with each other. And Devin is like, Virginia, will you please compliment me? Compliment me please, Virginia, because I've been complimenting you. Why are you not complimenting me? if it's not too much for you, can you please just compliment me? And I don't know, I just don't really feel like Virginia is that into Devin. I think she's probably trying to adjust to it. Maybe physically she's not really attracted to him. And although she says that she is attracted to him, but I don't know, I just think something is just off. And Devin says like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. She's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Virginia is something else. Next we see Lauren and David, and Lauren is telling David that she got a bikini wax and she was told that she cannot have sex until the next 24 hours or she cannot go to the gym. Y'all, David looked so disappointed. He looked pissed. He's like, oh my god, what the hell, why is this happening to me? You could tell that he was really ready to get physical with Lauren, and she just dropped that bombshell on him. Oh my god. So the couples are pretty much just feeling each other. You know, you could tell that some of them are just really ready to have sex, especially Ben and Sarah. You could just tell that these two are ready to just hunt each other. Oh my god. Then we see them, Virginia and Devin, they go on a date. They go and get massages, and you know, they're walking in and they're matching outfits. So I guess they're that couple that matches their outfits. And she's like, oh my god, I should have told you to detach my bra. And he's like, oh, you should, huh? You should. So they're talking, and Devin is telling her how easy it has been being around her, holding her hands, having conversations with her. And Virginia is just saying, that's all she's giving him. And I just couldn't stop cracking up, because I'm just like, Virginia, give the guy something. She's not saying anything back to him, and that just solidifies my theory that she is not that into him. Then we see Lauren and David. These two had a lot of screen time. These two, they're sitting together having breakfast, and during conversation, David brings up the fact that he's been very picky when it comes to women based on their physical appearance. As to why he brought that up, it kind of makes me feel like he's not physically attracted to Lauren. She's not his type, because remember, he said he's been around Botox and butt lifts, and you know, he has this perception in his mind as to how women should look. And I just don't feel like Lauren is the type of woman that he would necessarily go for physically. I think he would probably go with Molly in that case, but I think for him, Lauren is looking a little bit too innocent and shy, and just, you know, a little too poised for him. So anyways, he says that he came to the experiment to challenge himself and for him to become a better person. And I just don't really get that part. I've been hearing a lot of the singles say that they come to the experiment to become better, and I don't necessarily agree with that concept. He also says that what he would usually do when he meets someone he's interested in, he would search through their social media, and based on what he sees, he'll be like, nah, I'm good. So I think with him not really knowing what Lauren would look like, he was kind of going with his gut on this one and hoping that she was what he had in his mind. And I think he's a little bit disappointed that she isn't as appealing as he would have thought, or the image he probably had in his head. We also come to learn that these two have not been physical with each other, and I'm pleasantly surprised. And I guess I want to say kudos to Lauren, because I think there are some things that are happening maybe in the background that has caused her to put a pause on it and not to rush into being intimate with him. But you can tell that this is pissing David off, that he has not been physical yet with Lauren. Later on in this episode, we find out that David and Lauren are having a conversation, and she lets him know about someone in her past. And we get to know that David knows two of the guys that Lauren has dated in her past. She also shared with him that she was seeing someone just before getting accepted to be on the show, and David is really turned off by knowing that information. She made it clear that she wasn't in a relationship with that person, they were just dating on and off. But David somehow is like, I don't know, it just feels a little bit strange to me that I have not had a girlfriend in 4 years and I've been good, and you literally you were just with someone, you were just hooking up with someone, and now you're ready to be a wife. David, are we supposed to believe that you have been celibate for the past 4 years? Are we supposed to believe that you have not been on a date for the past 4 years? You haven't seen anyone, you haven't gone on a date, you haven't stepped over at anyone's house, you have not been intimate with anyone, you have not shared a kiss with anyone? Is that what we're supposed to believe? I think not. Lauren told you what it is. She's being transparent, and she said that she and that guy were not in a relationship. She stopped seeing him once she realized it wasn't going anywhere. She made it clear too that she wasn't sure if she would have been accepted for the show. So to me, it's a reach from David, and you could already tell that he's going to use that as a way for him to get out of his engagement with Lauren, because one, she may not have been his typical type, and two, because of the fact that they have not had sex, that also is another factor. And he cannot stop bringing up the fact that Lauren pees a lot. Why that is supposed to be public knowledge to us, I don't know. So I can assume that maybe some of her habits are a bit annoying to him. Of course, when you're just living with someone, dating someone and living with someone is a totally different experience. And of course, this is the time when you really get to see who that person is. You will get to see all of their habits, and yes, some things will be annoying to you, but because you love that person, and I'm pretty sure there are things about David that's really annoying. She said that he snores a lot, and she didn't complain. She just adjusted to the fact that he's a snorer. She didn't make it a big deal. He also brought up the fact that Molly mentioned to him that she had seen someone 6 months prior to coming to the show, and he was turned off by that, and apparently that was what made him make his decision when it came to Lauren. So the fact that Lauren just was seeing someone before coming to the show is unsettling to him. And so he lets Lauren know that, listen, I will be having a conversation with Molly, and it's definitely going to happen. And Lauren is like, oh, okay. We move on to episode 8, and it's called A Family Affair. And I need to take a moment and just apologize to y'all. I'm sorry. I haven't really talked too much about Monica and Tarzan. I mean, Joey, I'm sorry. But I just don't really find this too interesting. I think they kind of match each other's vibe. They're both weird and it may work for them. But for me, I don't find them to be an interesting couple. One of the most important moments in Love is Blind is when the couples meet up with each other. So the girls get to see the men that they were also dating, and the men get to see the girls. So the couples, they all come in greeting each other, and everyone is looking good. But I couldn't help but notice Monica's heels when she was walking in. Monica, what's wrong with your heels, girl? Fix that. Fix it. And I will say that this is the first time I've ever seen the couples meet up being so, peaceful, and they're looking like they're genuinely enjoying each other. They look like they genuinely care about each other. There's no drama. And you see the guys talking to the girls and the girls talking to the guys. That was really refreshing to see. But of course, David had to have a moment, and David had to David, right? He's going around asking everybody, well, did you have sex already? Did you guys do it? You and him get it in already? I haven't gotten none. Have you all done it? And typically we would see that happening with the girls when they sit down and they discuss and everyone's talking. But the fact that we're seeing it come from another guy is like, David, what are you doing? If you spoke to the guy and he says, well, we haven't done it, why do you feel the need to go to the woman? He did that with Devin and Lauren. Devin said, no, we haven't. He sat with Lauren and he's like, well, did y'all do it? Because we haven't done it yet. David, chill. We know it's hurting you that you haven't gotten none from Lauren, but you don't need to make it obvious, David. Relax. Take a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out, David. It's going to be okay. Next, we see the girls sitting together and Sarah is sharing about her experience with Ben. These two have definitely done it. And she's saying that Ben left her cute notes and he left a note saying how much he loves her. And I don't know, Ben is really putting on the act. He is trying to win the Oscar of the year, being the best fiance. But Sarah, I'm not sure. Ben leaves a note saying subscribe to his YouTube channel. So was that what he had on it? You could tell us, girl. You don't have to make it up. You don't have to lie. Let us know if he told you to subscribe to his channel. Oh my God. Let me stop because this is all alleged. We don't know that to be a fact. Allegedly. But I'm not going to lie. It was really nice hearing the tracks on this episode. Oh my life. Hey. That was really nice. Couples fly back to Minneapolis and they now moving together. So we see Monica and Joey sitting together and they're talking about socks. And as usual, Monica is giving some of the weirdest stories in her life. Monica is definitely an interesting human being, and her stories are also as interesting as her. She gives some story about a spider nest that grew in her jeans crotch. Monica, how on earth did a spider form a nest into your jeans crotch? So you're pretty much nasty. That's what it's giving. You don't clean, right? That is disgusting. You're pretty much telling us that you're messy. That is gross. Do better, Monica. Please do better. Next up, we see Virginia and Devin, and they're showing each other their homes. Devin's home just looks like it's Devin's home. We see all of his sneakers, and then we get to see Virginia's home, which looks like more of a mature setting, and it pretty much matches her, right? So they sit together and they're talking about finances and why it's very important for anyone coming into a marriage. And I love this conversation because finances is one of the reasons why couples separate, right? So that conversation was really important for them to have. Devin says that he only splurges his money on his sneakers, not surprised, and he might get 2 new sneakers every month. Devin, do you really need to be getting new sneakers? You have so many different colors, probably some of the same colors, the same style. Do you need to get new sneakers every month? 2 new sneakers every month? I don't think that's necessary, but hey, that's what he does and that works for him. Then that's his business. Would you buy 2 new sneakers every month? Let's talk about it in the comments. Yeah, so they talk about having separate accounts and maybe just one account together where they could pay their bills and stuff. And Virginia talks about having a prenup as well. Y'all, when she brought up that prenup, you could tell Devin was just taken aback and he's like, why do we need a prenup? His face told it immediately. He looks put off by her bringing up that, they should get a prenup. And I know people have mixed feelings about prenup. Some people believe that it's almost setting yourself up to fail in a marriage. And others feel like, hey, listen, divorce brings out the worst in people. And so it's best that we protect ourselves. You may have worked hard to have all of the things that you have. And I did the same. So when we leave, you live with what you came in. And I live with what I brought into the relationship. And for some, that's fair. Some people do not believe in having a prenup. And I say, do what works for your relationship. What do you guys think? Are you for having a prenup or are you not for having a prenup? Let's talk about it below. Next, we see David and Lauren, and they show each other their homes. They're at David's home, and he cannot get into a sentence without mentioning his sister. Oh my god, the first person I called was my sister. I wonder if my sister had lunch already. Oh my god, I have not talked to my sister all day. My sister, my sister, my sister. That's all we hear from David. They start discussing how uncomfortable both of their families have been, especially with all of the cameras. They're not used to it, and they're uncomfortable. So Lauren says that her dad is a very traditional person and he's not cool with the idea of living with your significant other before marriage. Her dad was really upset with her brothers for living with their girlfriends. So David was like, well, does he know that we're living together? Is that going to be an issue? You need to let him know that this is what we're doing. David got so nervous. So they're back on the topic of Lauren and this guy from her past. And this is all they're talking about. Somehow David just cannot get over that, right? We find out more details about Lauren and her dating situation prior to coming to the show. He tells us that Lauren hung out with the guy like the Friday and she came to the show on Sunday. And to make matters worse, the guy is living in the same building that they're filming. And David said that they're still texting. Now, Lauren, if you're still texting that guy, it's an issue. You should not be communicating. Or I don't know if it's him sending her text messages and she's probably not responding. Personally, I would have blocked the person by now, but that's just me. I don't hold on to people from my past. I don't stay communicating with them. There's no reason to. There's no need to. Just out of respect for my husband, I don't do that. But I guess some people do that. We don't know if it's true, but this is what David is saying. Apparently, David is getting all of that information from his friends. At this point, we haven't heard anything yet from Lauren's side. We're only hearing David constantly bringing it up. So Lauren, we need you to clarify the situation for us. Was that your boyfriend? Were you all intimate with each other just before you came to the show? Did you sign up for the show and have some agreement with him? And I'm asking all of these questions because we have seen over the years that this has happened. It happened with Trevor. Was it Trevor? He had a girlfriend and then he went to the show. We've seen it so many times. I think last season, I think her name was Brittany. She got engaged to Leo. And we later came to find out that she had a boyfriend. So, these are valid questions because we've seen these things happening on the show. But I don't think that's what's happening with Lauren. I don't see her as that kind of person. So, I'm asking myself all of these questions. Or is the guy just trying to get some screen time? We need to know. Next up, we have Monica and Joey. And Joey meets Monica's family. She tells us that she's living with her parents. So meeting Joey from Monica's family is her mom, Sandy, her dad, Claudio. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Her sister, Nicole, and her sister's boyfriend, Trevor. So they're sitting in the living room with the family, and her mom asked Joey, well, why did y'all pick each other? And they both say that they have the same energy, and it was, the personalities, they just kind of mesh with each other. And so Monica's sister, Nicole, says, well, Joey, why are you single? And Joey says, well, obviously Monica knows why, but I'm not single, I'm engaged. Girl, chill. So Joey says, well, since you asked, well, relationships just haven't worked out for me. And so they say, well, you know what? You have to get with the family vibe. And, all of a sudden, they just start playing instruments and they're, I guess, kind of meshing with each other. And Joey said that this made him stimulated. Then apparently, Mother Dearest, she tells Joey, well, do you know about this one? As in reference to the sister's boyfriend, Trevor. And Joey says, oh yeah, I know. Come to find out, Trevor used to date Monica first, and then Monica was like, I think you would be a better fit for my sister. So that's what we're doing now. We're swapping sisters. That's what we're doing. Is that the new thing? This entire family is weird. Let me tell you. Then we see Monica and Nicole, her sister, they're chatting. And her sister says, listen, what are you doing? First of all, he's not your type. And Monica's like, well, I don't actually have a type, but we have so much in common. We mesh, we match each other's vibe. And Nicole is being the hater that she is. And she's like, I'm not buying it. He's not your type. I don't think you're attracted to him. And as a matter of fact, I am the older sister and I was supposed to be married first. Baby, when I tell you that sounded so familiar to me. So Nicole says, well, are you really going to marry him? I don't know. It's given he's an actor. And Monica is just looking at her sister like she's crazy. I feel like she should have kind of stood up for herself in that moment because her sister was really being a hater. So guys, we have come to the end of my video. This is the end of my recap for episodes 7 and 8. Let's talk about it below. Are you as tired as me with the whole David and Lauren situation? And do you think it's wrong of Virginia to bring up having a prenup with Devin? Do you think of Monica's sister being jealous of her relationship with Joey? Let's talk about it below. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the video. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for my recap on episode 9. Thank you so much. Bye.